with Thomas Geboy. Weather rates certified 11 years in a row.
Good afternoon, Utah. Happy Thursday or happy Friday Eve. Today is going to bring more heat, monsoon storms, and we're going to see something similar this weekend with maybe just a bit fewer storms, but we're going to go ahead and start off with a quick drought update because the latest drought monitor has come in, and it's very similar compared to what we saw last week. Just some very small changes and unfortunately a small uptick in both the extreme and exceptional categories. So we have monsoon moisture around. Hopefully the monsoon moisture sticks around for a while so we can kind of start to see this go back in at least the opposite direction, even though as we go throughout the next, I would say, couple of weeks, it's going to hard to really be able to put a dent into anything into that drought monitor. But today we will have more potential for those thunderstorms across the Beehive State, where while not everybody is going to see a storm, the potential does exist for just about everyone, and that does include you down in St. George. So that's something to keep in mind as we go throughout this afternoon into the early stretches of the evening. And as that monsoon moisture continues to deepen, as it continues to come in from the south, the risk for flash flooding in the southern half of the state has actually increased a little bit. Now looking at a slight risk for excessive rainfall in basically south central and southernmost Utah, and that excessive rainfall could lead to flash flooding, and the marginal risk extends as far north today as the southern extent of the Salt Lake Valley. So today thunderstorms could pack a punch with not only heavy rain, but some gusty winds and also frequent lightning. So those thunderstorms today, like yesterday, could very much be on the strong side of things, but where the moisture isn't as highly concentrated in the northwestern half of our area, we have those red flag warnings for both northeast Nevada and southeastern Idaho. I won't be surprised if we see this get extended into parts of northwestern Utah, but dry thunderstorms, if we get that dry lightning with those gusty outflow winds from those thunderstorms, if a fire were to spark, it could grow rapidly quickly. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that. So plenty of things to keep an eye on once again for this Thursday. Seeing those scattered showers and thunderstorms developing, we have a batch of thunderstorms now moving into the Utah Valley, which will be soon approaching the Salt Lake Valley. But as we zoom into southeastern and south central Utah, Garfield and Wayne counties continue to be where the bulk of the thunderstorms are currently. And there's also one thunderstorm that's very close to Arches National Park, just to the east, very close to the Utah and Colorado state line, with more thunderstorms that are going to be developing in that area from this afternoon through the early stretches of the evening. Here's the view from Red Cliffs Lodge in Moab, and you can see those cumulus clouds continue to bubble up. Earlier this morning, if you were watching Good Morning Utah, there's barely a cloud in the sky, but that has since changed as we've got that daytime heating adding that extra instability to our atmosphere. And here's the view from downtown Salt Lake City. You can actually see the storm approaching Utah County down to the southwest, excuse me. We're sitting at 94 degrees in Salt Lake City with a south-southeasterly wind at 19 miles per hour. Wind is already gusting upwards of 25 miles per hour. Outside of those showers and storms, it is going to be a windy day and it's going to be a hot day. The excessive heat warning does continue for northwestern Utah, including Salt Lake County and down in Utah County. The heat advisory continues through midnight tonight, and I won't be completely surprised that if we move into Friday and Saturday, we see that get reissued, but it is at this point expected to expire at midnight tonight. Those daytime highs across the state will be very similar compared to what we saw yesterday. 102 in Salt Lake City, 94 in Lake Powell, 86 degrees in Cedar City, but I think in Iron County we'll see a few folks get into the lower 90s, especially depending on what time the showers and storms arrive. 100 degrees in Moab, 91 degrees in Price, and 104 down in St. George. So let's begin the future cast at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, with that best chance being from, I'd say, 4 o'clock through around 8 o'clock, including up towards the Wasatch Front and southwestern Utah, probably the best chance we've seen in quite some time. Then into tonight, with that monsoon moisture in place, we'll at least keep isolated showers and maybe a rumble of thunder, even though storms will generally fade into tonight. And then for our Friday, we basically do it all over again with scattered showers and thunderstorms. I actually think we'll see a little bit more than what this particular future cast is showing, just because the moisture is going to be there and a little bit of a weak system will be also moving through to add a little extra lift to our atmosphere. So for St. George, 104 today and 106 and 107 the next few days, keeping that slight chance in the forecast through the weekend as a little bit of drier air will start to work in early next week in southwestern Utah. Then along the Wasatch Front, chance for showers and thunderstorms today and tomorrow, with a slight chance this weekend as we crank up the temperature just a little bit, and a slight chance for showers and storms sticks around early next week as those daytime highs continue to be near the century mark.